Welcome to Shooting It Straight with Stan. I'm your host, Stan, the Annuity Man, America's annuity agent, licensed in all 50 states. Today's topic is the annuity truth about bonuses, caps, spreads, participation rates, all attached to indexed annuities. We get lots of calls about this because, unfortunately, most annuity agents are just trying to sell index annuities. We have absolutely nothing against index annuities, but they do happen to be the highest commission paying product to the agent and advisor on the board right now, which is the reason that when you go to the bad chicken dinner seminar, the expensive steak dinner seminar, that's what you're hearing, which is kind of scary. And I always tell agents that ask, or if I'm speaking in front of them and the tomatoes are whizzing by my head, I'm like, you can't offer the same product to everybody. It'd be like a doctor giving a seminar, 100 people in the room, and he's talking about one type of pharmaceutical and then trying to prescribe and sell it to every single person in the room. I'm sure there's doctors like that when the opioid thing, but you see what I'm talking about. It makes absolutely no sense. So when you have agents that they just choose an index annuity, it pays them a huge commission, and that's what they sell to you, regardless if you need it, have a sore throat, a sprained ankle, it doesn't matter. It's a one size fits all. That's where the annuity industry gets a bad reputation. A little bit about index annuities. We have nothing against them. If you go to my site at theannuityman.com, you can run income rider quotes that are attached to index annuities. And that's typically how we recommend them if you need income in the future. We always ask two questions. What do you want the money to contractually do? And when do you want those contractual guarantees to start? And if you need income in the future, we're quoting deferred income annuities and indexed annuities with riders and using the indexed annuities as nothing more than an efficient and cost-effective delivery system for the income rider guarantee, because we only sell contractual guarantees, and you as the consumer should only buy annuities for what they will do, not what they might do. And the will do is the contractual guarantees. But index annuities are put on the planet in 1995 to compete with CD returns. And the hope is that they will outperform CDs by 1 or 2% if all the planets align themselves. But a lot of times it doesn't. And you'd probably be better off buying a MIGA, which is the annuity industry version of a CD, multi-year guarantee annuity. You can go to my site and look at a live feed for your state, because those annual percentages are guaranteed. So let's break down some of the sales pitches that are a little scary. The easiest one to shoot down like a wounded duck is the upfront bonus. Upfront bonus is what I call candy for the stupid. If you should never buy an annuity, an index annuity for the upfront bonus. I don't care how big it is. I don't care if it's 20, 30, 40%. There's not a philanthropist waking up at the annuity company, life insurance company that issues the annuity, and wanting to give money away to the public. No, that person doesn't exist. They're not politicians, they're capitalists. They're running for-profit businesses. It's a shiny thing to attract you. But remember, there's 100 pennies in the dollar. And if you look at annuities, whether it's index annuities or whatever type, they're commodity products, meaning you have to shop all carriers for the highest contractual, underline that, capitalize that, contractual guarantee for your specific situation. So no one can say this is the best one. It might be the best one for them, and they might go on a trip to Bora Bora, Italy, or whatever with their boyfriend, girlfriend, wife, whatever applies, husband. But I'm just saying the one-size-fits-all nature of the indexed annuity pitch is disturbing. It is not a one-size-fits-all. The upfront bonus typically is applied to the income rider side of the ledger, which is a phantom account monopoly money, meaning you can't cash it in, transfer it. You can only use it for lifetime income. But the spoiler alert is, if you go to my site at theannuityman.com and run income rider quotes, we're quoting both with bonus, without bonus, everything on the planet. And most of the time, we see the products that don't have the bonus, most of the time, finish higher from a contractual payout standpoint than the ones with the bonus, which means that they're playing games a little bit with that bonus. They're trying to get the shiny thing, right? They're trying to think that they want you to think you're getting something better than your neighbor or whatever. So the bonus is it's part of the overall contractual guarantee. Please don't put any weight on it. I always tell people buying an annuity for the upfront bonus is like buying a brand new car for the stereo system. Makes no sense at all. Feels good, but it makes no sense. Instead of looking at the transmission, you're walking through the light and going, yeah, I know that's a good car, but I need to see the stereo system. That's dumb. That's the upfront bonus. As for the other components of the indexed annuity that can be very confusing, are the three levers that determine what gains, if any, that you get with the accumulation value, i.e. walkaway amount. And that's the caps, the spreads, the participation rates. Lots of games being played here by the carriers. And depending on the option strategy you choose, and there's tons, there's thousands, actually probably not thousands, probably more like 800 at this time period at the time of this taping, 800 different option strategies to choose from. And what I don't like going on in the industry is a lot of carriers are trying to run algorithms and then finding a return and then creating an index you've never heard of out of thin air, and then promoting the index annuity, saying if you'd owned it 10 years ago, you'd have gotten this, and the index was just created 3 months ago. I don't like that. I think that's not pro-consumer, in my opinion. And you shouldn't be buying anything on past performant, hypothetical, theoretical unicorns chasing the butterflies. Now, index options can be very, very complicated, and most of them out there with index annuities are 1 year in length, meaning the rules change every year. Some of them are 2, some of them are 3, some of them are 5 years in length, but the vast majority at the time of this taping are 1 year in length. And the caps and spreads and participation rates, just think of them without going into detail, because I've done videos on that. If you want to go down the rabbit hole, you can watch those, just videos on that. They're limiting the upside with those. Those are the levers that the annuity company, life insurance company issuing the annuity uses to limit the upside. Okay, you get all the upside. I mean, these companies are in business for a reason, is to make profits. And the one thing you have to be careful of is every year the annuity company can change those caps, spreads, and participation percentages rates at their discretion. So you might have a really preferable kind of a teaser rate that first year on a 10-year surrender product, and then they kind of stick it to you, unfortunately, whether it's rates or they're not trying to stick it to the consumer, but it feels like it when your rates change. So I always tell people, be careful when you buy an accumulation value product, indexed annuity, and just for the accumulation value, and it's a 10-year surrender charge. Really what you have is a 1-year guarantee if it's a 1-year option. With 9 years, you're floating in the breeze, and you're at their discretion on what they can attach those cat spreads and participation percentage at their discretion. That's the reason that the Annuity Man work contractual guarantees only. We're using the indexed annuity as a efficient and cost-effective delivery system for that income rider contractual guarantee. Now, I'm open in the future for that whiz-bang, brand new, pro-consumer accumulation value story from the indexed annuity companies. And if there is such a thing, those carriers are welcome to approach us, but I think they know better, because they know better than to pitch us, because we'll look straight through it and say, but how about this? I mean, there has to be in the future an index annuity that we sign off on. If we do, you're going to know it's pro-consumer, and you're going to know it's in your favor, and you're going to know that it's taken me decades to get there. But at this point, we do not do that. We do not sign off on it as an accumulation product. We sign off on it as a delivery system for the income rider, and we sell a ton. If you're saying, I want a fixed annuity for accumulation, in our opinion, you're going to do better with a contractually guaranteed multi-year guarantee annuity MIGA, because those percentages annually are guaranteed contractually. The returns on an indexed annuity are not guaranteed. Now, some indexed annuities will have a separate ledger that if you held it for 10 years and everything went wrong, you get 1 or 2%. It'd be like owning a horrible CD. They do have those type of things, and some, not all. But again, if you're looking for market returns, then don't buy an annuity. My opinion, my apologies to the variable annuity people out there that love variable annuities, but the problem with variable annuities, in my opinion, having come from Dean Woodard, Payne Weber, Morgan Stanley, and UBS on that side of the ledger with markets and understand them backwards and forwards. When I became Stan the Annuity Man, I could not believe people were selling annuities for market growth, because I've seen market growth and it has nothing to do with annuities. It just doesn't. Variable annuities are the closest you're going to get, but the problem is you're limited on your mutual funds you choose. We, in the business, they call them separate accounts for some reason, but they're mutual funds. You're limited. But variable annuities were put on the planet in 1954 for tax-deferred growth. But you can get tax-deferred growth on a MYGA in a non-qualified account. And remember, you can use annuities in all types of accounts: Roth, traditional IRA, some 401ks now, and then non-qualified non-IRA. But that's my take on the index bonuses, cap spreads, and participation rates. Just remember, bonuses, candy for the stupid. 100 pennies in the dollar. Don't put any weight on it. Just remember the analogy I gave you, walking through a car dealership and buying a car for the stereo system. If someone's pushing a bonus, they're either really young in the business or they just don't understand the product. No offense to them. As for the cap spreads and participation rate, just think of those as levers that limit the upside. Okay, levers that limit the upside. And the option strategies are really complicated with a lot of these products. Some are pretty simple. I'm waiting for the really, really simple one that's pro-consumer. But I had a gentleman call me the other day, and we sent him the specimen policy. He's interested, and he goes, "Why does this math problem have letters in it?" I said, "That's probably calculus." I don't know. I mean, the point is, it doesn't have to be that, that difficult. And I always tell people with annuities, if you can't explain it to a 9-year-old, never buy the annuity. No offense to 9-year-olds. And this is the key point. With index annuities, if you're looking for market growth, do not fall for market upside with no downside. Do not fall for market participation with principal protection. If that was the case, that's all Goldman Sachs and JP Morgan and Morgan Stanley, that's all they buy, right? I mean, if that's true, that's all they buy, and they're not buying them. Okay. So the other thing is, if you want market growth, then go buy it. Do not buy an annuity for market growth. Go buy stocks. Go buy mutual funds. Go buy ETFs. Go buy whatever you think is going to go up. That's 100% liquid, and you can come in and out of, and you can manage, etc. That's market growth. Annuities, regardless of the type, are transfer of risk contractual guaranteed products. It's a contract between you and the life insurance company. So if someone's pitching market growth, go, wait a minute, how's that possible that I'm doing a market growth contractual guarantee with the life insurance company? You're not. It's a dream. It's a dream scenario. Sometimes the planets align themselves and you'll get a year that is good. And a lot of times you'll be very, very, very disappointed, but you won't be disappointed if you attach that income rider for lifetime income. And that's why you're buying it. You're not buying it for the accumulation value. You're buying it for the lifetime income. People always ask me, they go, and I'll close with this. They always say, well, you sell a ton of index annuities with income riders. What happens if people ask about the accumulation value on the other side, even though you bought it for the right reason, which is the income rider contractual guarantee? And I always say, we just throw a dart at the other. Just whatever, man, just throw a dart. It doesn't matter. We're buying it for the income. We're not buying it for hopes and dreams. We're buying it for the contractual guarantees. We're not buying it for the might do. We're buying it for the will do. And the will do are the contractual guarantees. So that's my current take on index annuities. I'm eagerly waiting the carriers to approach us and show us that pro-consumer, standalone, accumulation value only index annuity. We're waiting. We'd love to be able to say, Stan the Annuity Man signs off on this. Been waiting a couple decades. So we'll see what happens. I have hope, though. A lot of smart people out there. My name is Stan the Annuity Man. That's Shooting It Straight with Stan. See you next time.